The current invasion of Ukraine has renewed several long-standing debates about the relationship between the US and Russia. Although many critics of Putin have argued that he would pursue an aggressive foreign policy in former Soviet republics regardless of Western involvement, Mearsheimer maintains his position that the US is at fault for provoking him. I recently spoke with Mearsheimer by phone. During a conversation, which has been edited for length and clarity, we discussed whether the current war could have been prevented, whether it makes sense to think of Russia as an imperial power, and Putin's ultimate plans for Ukraine. Looking at the situation now with Russia and Ukraine, how do you think the world got here? I think all the trouble in this case really started in April, though suffer at the NATO summit in Bucharest, where afterward NATO issued a statement that said Ukraine and Georgia would become part of NATO. The Russians made it unequivocally clear at the time that they viewed this as an existential threat, and they drew a line in the sand. Nevertheless, what has happened with the passage of time is that we have moved forward to include Ukraine in the West to make Ukraine a Western bulwark on Russia's border. Of course, this includes more than just NATO expansion. NATO expansion is the heart of the strategy, but it includes EU expansion as well. And it includes turning Ukraine into a pro American liberal democracy, and, from a Russian perspective, this is an existential threat. You said that it's about turning Ukraine into a pro American liberal democracy. I don't put much trust or much faith in America turning places into liberal democracies. What if Ukraine, the people of Ukraine, want to live in a pro American liberal democracy?